What's going on, everyone? Pick6 or Anton, whichever you prefer. I'm back today giving you, this is the third edition of Aggressive Recon. And if you're new to my Aggressive Recon series, because Sergeant Enigma sort of set the stage, he definitely has some of the most entertaining Aggressive Recon videos I've ever seen. Not a lot of people do it, and a lot of the guys that do it are on PC. Like, honestly, I rarely find any real aggressive recon for console, I mean. And in a lot of cases, I feel of the aggressive recon for consoles that I've seen, there most certainly can be better than me, but from what I've seen, I think I put out the best of the console ones that I've seen. And the difference with me is, though, because the new update obviously gave us a lot more features to work with. You can create your own loadouts, or I mean server loadouts. You can adjust the damage ratios it takes to kill someone, not necessarily a headshot anymore. But in PC, you always could do that. And if you watch Sergeant Enigma's, he'll get a lot of waist and chest shots, but they'll be one-hit kills. And I feel a lot of people on anything, console or PC, aggressive recon is much easier when you don't have to go for headshots. And the difference that they have versus me is that almost all of mine are headshots. It's slightly less aggressive, like I have the 12 times scope on all the time, and it's a longer range. And in this particular case, yeah, I'll admit, we had in spawn trap, so I was just shooting fish in a barrel per se, but when you go on like an 8 or 9 straight shots, headshot streak, I think it's worthy of having a look. So that's why I included it. But yeah, I'm not running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. I can't do that. It's far too difficult on console because you don't have as much control versus, say, a mouse and a keyboard. And the other thing is, you can't exactly get one-hit kills unless it's absolute headshots. And Sergeant Enigma, in his, as much as I find them so entertaining, he doesn't get a lot of headshots. My headshot for kill ratio with the M98B was over 76 last time I checked. With the M408A5 and the SV98, it was pushing 70% as well. So you can tell that I always aim for the head, and because in console it's minimum 2-hit kills unless you're hitting the head. That's why my aggressive recon's sort of slower paced. Like, I'll take the clips from every single, like this particular match here had, I think it was like 12, I was like 12 and 1 or something in it. I didn't include any of the pistol kills though, I only included the recon. Difference, of course, being though, I wasn't going to throw these matches away, but at the same time I didn't want to include it as one full match and then like highlight or like speed up the parts in between, because that would just be time consuming. No one really wants to see that unless it's a good clip, or if it's like a continual action-packed match and you just have to speed up a little section. In this particular, especially in this video, a lot of the kills came after large gaps, but I figured showing just the clips like this as the video would be pretty entertaining. If you notice in this particular match, I used the 8 and the 12 times the ballistic scope. I've seen tons of people debate this over and over, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even think there's a need to debate it, because it all comes down to preference. If you are very used to using the 8 times scope and you feel that you can use it over short, medium, and long range, stick with the 8. No need to go to 12, as long as you're having success with it. The 8 obviously gives you a much greater, or a much it's much faster to scope in on, especially in sections like this where it's Operation Metro, where it's sort of short to medium range sniping. It gives you the advantage because you're able to scope in quicker, and most of all, it doesn't give off a scope glint. So if you can get used to if you can interchange scopes, like I've built up my my skill level now that I can interchange 8 and 12 no problem, and you won't see a drop off in the results of my sniping. So I'd recommend that, especially if you're new to sniping. Get used to it quick. It helps you out so much more. But the 12 to me is what I got used to. It's what I'm always going to prefer, basically. Although I can interchange the 8 because you saw it earlier. I'm using 8 in here in Cyan Crossing Rush. The reason I like the 8 in Sign Crossing here is because it's the perfect range for 8. 12 takes too long to scope in some cases, but again, you'll see in a later example here, or maybe in another video in the future where I use the 12 for it as well. So again, all preference. The reason I personally like the 12, I can tell you this right now, is because if you get the short range is where the only part you're going to be in trouble in. And if you use proper cover in short range, then you can still kill people pretty effectively. But the other thing is, I like the no scope and then switch to your pistol or your sidearm to finish the job. So if you use that combo, or even just the Glock 18 itself to take care of short range covered. Medium range is nice with the 12 as well. And obviously if you get into longer range encounters like over 300, 400, again open to debate on what is actually considered long. But I can say, depending on the map, I consider longer range sniping over 400, over 500 as it is. But I can definitely squeeze in 200 to 400 over long range sometimes, depending on the map. But I like having the 12, just because if you get used to it on short range, you have every single range covered. I know a couple of people, my friend Chris, my brother Chris, who just bought an Xbox and I've been playing with recently. He's used to the 8 as well. Like, they can still hit over 400 or 500 yard shots or meter shots with the 8, and that's their preference. There's no reason to argue 8 versus 12, because as many debates as I've actually seen out there, it's your preference. That's all it comes down to. Like, I use the 8 here, it's no problem. My brother bought Battlefield. I've been having fun with him lately. The only problem we have is that I don't have the update yet, he doesn't have the update yet. So hopefully in the near future, I'll be able to get the update and I'll be able to play not only with my brother, but with subscribers and with friends. I got a recent introduction to it lately. I'm sort of lukewarm on it for the little 2-3 hours that I did play with it, but I'm sure I'll adjust to it, because I didn't really like the latest, or the previous update either, with the Back to Karkin maps that came out, but I imagine it's just a getting used to it sort of style again. So yeah. The one thing I hated though is that it seems as if the muzzle flash coming on snipers over long range does obstruct your view. That's the one thing I'm pissed off that they changed. Anyway, hope you enjoyed these aggressive recon highlights. I'm going to be putting out more of the same in the near future, so stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.